Welcome back to another episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast. This is season 2, meaning that's episode 53 here. We are in our second year of the podcast. Excited to be here. My name is Brian Brewer, along with my co-host, as always, Andre Germachev. And today we are going to talk about the current offer that is absolutely lighting up my email inbox right now. Every time I open my inbox, there's another marketer, another promoter, another influencer, whatever you want to call them, who is talking about the secrets of success. And this is something that comes from Clickfunnels and Russell Brunson. I don't know a whole lot about it because I'm not currently promoting it. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should get on this because it seems hot. When there's a buzz like this, that actually makes your job as an affiliate marketer so much easier because the market becomes educated at scale. They see all these messages from a bunch of different leaders in the industry, and it just kind of gets people closer and closer to the edge of the fence. And then hopefully some of those people are also on your list and you can push them over the edge, maybe with your wording, your copy, or your bonuses, and you can get the commissions. The other cool thing is this is a tier 2 opportunity. So the people you refer can actually earn commissions, and then you get 10% of that as well. But that's the extent of what I know about this program. So let's turn it over to Andre here to tell us a little bit more about the secrets of success offer that's just going crazy right now. First of all, how are you today? Good to see you as always, Andre.
Good to see you, Brian. Everything is great right now. So it was my wife's birthday last night. So we went out, we had a nice dinner, and then I went to play my soccer game, and she was right there, cheering me on. As I was able to score 3 goals for her. So she's super happy about that.
What a stud. I mean, you take the wife out to dinner for your birthdays. You flew her family in as a surprise, which you told me about yesterday, which is really, really cool. And then you scored 3 goals. Man, you're a stud. Crushing it.
Yeah, I had to show the family, that I can actually play soccer,
Yeah, I bet. As we get older, you got to prove it to yourself sometimes too.
I know.
So first of all, where'd you go out to
know.
dinner? I'm a big food guy, so I got to know, where'd you go out to dinner?
Yeah, so there's a brand new Korean barbecue place here in San Antonio. It's called K-Pot. And the cool thing about it is that it's brand new. So we actually went there last week as well. And it was a Friday night. They don't take reservations. So we waited for an hour and a half just to check it out. We have tried other Korean barbecues here around town, but they weren't that great. But this place, oh my God, amazing. That's why we went back.
That's amazing. If you can find a good Korean barbecue place, it's some of the best food. It's got like the sweetness and the saltiness, and we absolutely love Korean barbecue. Luckily, we have our place. Unfortunately, it's not really a sit down place. It's a Uber Eats type thing, but yeah, we get excited every time we have. I love Korean barbecue, so I'm a little jealous right now. I had some great salmon last night, but it was pretty basic. But that's awesome. And your wife had a good birthday overall?
Oh yeah, it was a great time. She's super surprised because she had no idea her family was coming over. So she, her mind was blown away. Like she was crying, because she was excited, and she hasn't seen her family in over 2 years. So it's it was a great surprise for her.
Man, you are a stud. Now, before we get into the secrets of success, Andre, which you're going to kind of give the lowdown on the program, I got to talk about some other studs. You may notice today I'm sporting my Texas Rangers polo today. That's because the Texas Rangers are going to the World Series, so we don't have to dive deep into that. We're excited, though. We're going to play the Arizona Diamondbacks, and by the time this episode is released, we'll be a couple of games in. Hopefully, we'll be up a couple games, but I'm excited. We're excited. My son's excited. My wife's excited. My daughter, she's more of a NFL football type girl, but everybody's excited, and just wanted to give a shout out to the Rangers, an amazing team, and we're really excited.
Are you planning on going to the games at all, or where are they located, in Dallas?
They're in Arlington, which is kind of halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth. They have a great complex over there. They have Globe Life Field where the Rangers play. They have AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, and right sandwiched in between that is a hotel, soon to be 2 hotels from the Lowe's Corporation. And they have a really cool venue, which they call Texas Live, which has a bunch of restaurants and bars. So it's just a great destination for sporting events. But no, to answer your question, we're actually not going to go to the World Series because I have had the experience of going to the World Series in the past. In 2006, I was living in Detroit. And that prior to 2006, the Tigers were pretty bad, but rebuilding. And then somewhere along the line in 2006, I saw they had potential. And I told my boss at the time, I said, if the Rangers make the playoffs, I'm taking every single home game off and I'm going to every single game. And I actually ended up doing that, which kind of is funny to reflect on now because I haven't had to tell a boss I'm taking a day off since 2016 now. So it's been 7 years since I've had to tell a boss I was taking the day off. But what I learned is obviously if you want to go to all the games, they're great, they're exciting. But the division series, the DS, the ALDS in this case, is so much more fun to attend than the World Series. The World Series, it's corporate tickets, it's people who are going maybe to their first game of the year, and it's business oriented and stuff like that because the tickets are pricey. So I've kind of been on the camp that's like go to the division series. Maybe the CS, the championship series. And, the World Series is better just to watch at home. And I'm a baseball guy, so it's really a lot easier to really focus on the game and the nuances of it if we're watching it at home. So I am not going to the World Series, but I'll be watching it. That's for sure.
You'll be supporting regardless.
That's right. That's right.
I mean,
so let's get into it.
Yeah.
What is the secrets of success?
Right?
Like literally, I mean, my inbox is going crazy. I mean, if I open it right now, there probably be 3 of the top 20 emails are talking about this. So what is it? What's going on? What's the offer?
Yeah, you're probably getting emails from me too, right? Yeah, I'm promoting.
As a matter of fact, I am, and that's great to see. I love it when I see people I know utilizing their email inbox and leveraging it because that's your best source of traffic. So yep, I've been seeing your emails, been checking them out, looking good.
Awesome. So before we jump through to this basically new offer, right? Remember, I want you guys to go back to the Lynch Pin episode because literally we talked about what Brunson was building there, and the end product is Secrets of Success. So this is the same business that he's trying to take to $100 million for the first year, I believe, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he wants to bring this business from 0 to $100 million in annual recurring revenue within like a year.
I think it's recurring, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. He was focusing big on, he's obviously big on continuity now. So yeah, I think he's trying to take this to $100 million in annual recurring revenue within like 2 years or a year or something like that. And it's incredible. He's following the Lynch Pin to a T, which is what I understand. We'll learn more about that. I was just looking back and it was episode 50. I think it was that was
about the Lynch Pin. Yep.
October 11th of 2023. Yeah. Episode 50 of October 11th of 2023 was the Lynch Pin where we actually broke down the framework that he's going to use in order to take this business. But that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's awesome that he's actually applying everything that he's teaching. Many mentors teach and teach and teach, and they don't do nothing. You get me? So it's like he's actually implementing his own formula, his own blueprint for success. So now let's just talk about it, right? Secrets of success. So the most important thing that I realized is he's been planning this for over 2 years. He went out of his way to find the manuscripts from Napoleon Hill. He spent, I believe, like more than $2 million just to acquire all of these books by Napoleon Hill. And he actually republished one of those books, which is called Think and Grow Rich. So his whole business basically is based out of, Napoleon Hill and all his strategies. He's a master at, writing books and personal development and making sales, right? So it's a great opportunity. So the offer, right? Where does it start? It starts with a MIFGE. If you guys saw if you guys saw the previous episodes about the Lynch Pin, it's the MIFGE. The MIFGE is the most incredible free gift ever. And then what comes in this Lynch Pin, right? The first thing that comes in this Lynch Pin is Think and Grow Rich. It's the best-selling personal development book of all time by Napoleon Hill. And then Russell Brunson republished it. So basically it's almost the same thing, but it's just different, I think different cover picture, I believe. So, right, Brian?
I think it's the same thing. I think he wrote a forward to it as well. Russell Brunson did. And
does that mean that he puts in his notes?
Maybe, perhaps. Yeah. I know I got the copy of the book at Funnel Hacking Live. I try not to start a new book before I finish the ones that I had in order, so I haven't jumped into it yet. But I have read Think and Grow Rich previously before he republished this. And it's one of those things like on the surface, if you've never read that book, you have to, because it's one of those things on the surface. You're like, Think and Grow Rich. Oh, what is this? Another woo-woo manifest your destiny type book. And the answer to that is, well, kinda. But the thing is Napoleon Hill backs it up with proof, and he goes into a lot of great stories. So it's an excellent read. He doesn't just sit here and give his thoughts on getting rich. He's interviewed, like the Henry Fords of the world, you know what I mean? The great entrepreneurs of the past, obviously, because this book was written a long time ago. And he's just found patterns. And to me, that's everything. If you can identify patterns in life, that is the hack. That is the hack for becoming successful, because once you learn these patterns, you can apply them to other areas of your life. So that's the MIFGE. That's the quote unquote front end offer, so to speak. And he's giving that away for free plus shipping. Is that the idea? Or
wait, so there's more actually. So that's the first part of the MIFGE. The second part of the MIFGE, the second free gift, I guess you can say, is that it's the second book never before published it's called Applied Psychology. That's same by Napoleon Hill. And then this book actually was sold for $50 in 1919. So it's equivalent to $879 right now. So just picture that you were selling a book in 1919 for $50. How many people have $50 back in the day? That's right. That's right with when World War I was happening. That's right before the Depression hit. You get me? Like, who have $50 to actually buy this book? It just blows my mind.
Yeah, and just for reference, if we think back to that, that's not identical or matched up exactly, but those are the times when Henry Ford, because we were talking about him, was famous for making his $5 day, where you'd go into the factory, you'd work all day, and you'd make $5. So for comparison, that's 35 or $25 a week, assuming you're working a 5-day work week. Yep. So yeah, that's 2 weeks worth of income for people who were made famous for getting paid a lot for their, probably for their industry. And he's just selling this book for that much. That's incredible.
And those people were not just working 8 hours a day. It was like the peak of the Industrial Revolution. So they're like working, 20 hours a day, get home, take a nap, and then go back to work, and it's just crazy how much little money they were making, but they were like, that's like the true Americans, I guess you can say, like they were just like hardcore, the grandpas, like it's just like, they were just used to the hard labor that nobody really wants to do nowadays.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. We've kind of gotten away from that. My path hasn't been exactly like that, because I've done the hard labor in the past. I was a concrete pourer for a little bit while, and finisher and stuff like that back in my early 20s. But that's the thing. You can't. Those are the type of jobs you cannot keep up forever. Even the restaurant industry, which we're both familiar with. Those are things. Those are young men's games. You know what I mean? That are a young man's game. It's not something you want to do for your entire life. But yeah, those were men, man. That's what men were men.
That's for sure, right? So that's gift number 2. Now, gift number 3 is another book by Napoleon Hill that was never before published, and it's called Secrets of Master Salesmanship. So that's the third gift that this MIFGE offer has. And yeah, just how you say, you literally get all these 3 books for free. All you have to do is just pay shipping and handling, and literally you get all these books basically in like a week or so. And then from there, you actually get access to a membership area. This membership area is basically a personal development course. It helps you with your success, and then basically Russell Brunson is right there teaching you everything about basically being successful and how to have the right mentality. And then a lot of different topics that we're going to touch bases in a little bit as well.
Cool.
So that's the MIFGE, guys.
I think we're going to get a little preview of that in just a second here, because I think you have access to that. You're going to show us all what that looks like. So if you're listening on podcast here on one of the platforms, make sure you go check this episode out over on YouTube, because you'll be able to see the screen that we show in just a second. But before we do, I want to dive more into the Lynch Pin Framework, right? Because that's what we really want to understand here is hey, maybe go buy this, maybe get into it, maybe get these cool free books, just pay shipping. That's a great deal. But we want to know the framework behind building a business that he's going to take to $100 million annual recurring revenue. So this membership area, when you buy the MIFGE, is it something where you get a free trial to this membership area and then eventually a monthly or annual fee kicks in, or what does that look like? Are you do you know yet, or?
Yeah, of course. So I personally bought the MIFGE, you get me? So I'm waiting for it right now. I'm super excited because I'm actually reading Think and Grow Rich, but I kind of want to read Russell's point of view as well, you know? So it's like I'm gonna stop reading the original, but I'm gonna restart the one that Russell has. But yeah, so that's the MIFGE. And then after you purchase the MIFGE, you pay the shipping and handling. Then of course there's two offers, you know, there's upsells. Russell always has upsells, different products. So then he offers, I believe the first upsell, he offers you a different book as well. And then the second upsell is, I think, like an annual membership type of situation, right? So yes, after you buy the program, you don't have to get the upsells. You get access to the membership area for a 30-day free trial. And then from there, if you want to keep going, you have to pay the $97 recurring monthly plan, which falls right into place with the continuity offer, right? That's what Russell shows in the Lynch Pin. You have the MIFGE, and then from there, you want to have some type of offer, some type of program. And then he's got it all, you know, high ticket. He has a dramatic demonstration for each of the upsells. And then everything goes back to the continuity program, which is basically the membership area.
Right. Excellent. So did I understand that correctly? The second offer is you can, in addition to your 30-day trial, buy like a yearly subscription to it and probably get a discount for it. Is that the idea?
Yeah. So the first offer is actually a different book that I don't really know much about it.
Right.
I believe it's also by Napoleon Hill. And then the second offer, the second upsell, that's when you can actually buy the whole annual membership area.
Really interesting. Really. So there you go. I mean, just like we broke down in episode 50, you know, like you said, it's one thing when someone's a genius in marketing and they're teaching you a proven framework, but it's another thing when they are a genius in marketing, have seen the success, teach the proven framework, and then turn around in 2 weeks later, you know, after Funnel Hacking Live, are launching it. So that's really cool.
So before we jumped into the membership area, let's just talk a little bit about how he launched it. Okay, so the way that Russell launched this program was by recruiting affiliates. You know, this program is amazing because it has 40% commissions, lifetime commission, 40%. But it also has a second tier commission, you know, and you get 10% for, like just how you mentioned, 10% for your affiliates that refer the same program to other people. So that's kind of awesome. So the way he launched this program was by recruiting affiliates. You know, he wasn't sending the MIFGE for free yet, but he was just recruiting affiliates because he's building like basically a team of affiliates, you know, that are going to be working under each other affiliate. So basically whoever's on top will get the majority of the sales, the majority of the money, because he's getting money out of everybody. But it's also kind of cool how he did it, because he was just focused on recruiting affiliate. I believe his goal was 10,000 affiliates, you know, and then we actually have some guests right now that we have in the show before. They're almost top one. I mean, Doug Bowden, he's in the leaderboard. He's the first affiliate right now for this Secrets of Success program. We also have Jonathan Montoya, that he's also promoting it. His name is up there on the list as well. So it's kind of cool how other affiliates get together to promote something amazing. And basically everything that Russell does is cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's good to listen to.
And as a little side note, you know, that's the benefit of affiliate marketing, right? You can leverage the authority of the product creator. And that's why this works so well, because it's not you, some no-name, not proven person selling some offer that nobody knows about. You are just leveraging Russell Brunson's authority that he's built up over the last, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, depending on how you want to look at that. And then you get a piece of the action, and a very generous piece of the action, 40% commissions up front, 10% for all referrals. And that's the beauty of it. And I just wanted to hammer home the point again, because I happen to have this book right next to me in my office as we talk about Russell Brunson and doing, you know, what he preaches. You know, maybe you've seen this book, Traffic Secrets. And if you dive into secret number 18 here, which you can kind of see, it talks about your affiliate army. So it's a strategy that he teaches, but it's also a strategy that he uses, and it's brilliant. But it's really cool. I mean, that's why you see Doug Mountain's name top of the list, because how did he come up? Well, if you've heard his story, you can go back and listen to our podcast episode. I'll try to figure out which podcast episode that was. But the point is Doug Mountain came up by offering so much value to the ClickFunnels community. Same thing happened with the Funnel Doc when we had him on. And what happens is he has built this audience that is also familiar with ClickFunnels and fans of ClickFunnels. So when a ClickFunnels offer comes out, Doug Mountain is always top 5. I mean, he is always crushing it because his audience is already familiar. They've already been educated about the genius of ClickFunnels or Russell Brunson. So I don't want to say it's an easy sell for him, because he does always do an amazing job with his promotions. But that targeted audience that he has just eats up these offers, and he does very well with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because Doug doesn't have a huge list either. It's just so insane how all of them are basically qualified to buy anything that he wants to promote, or anything that he wants to promote. One day he wants to promote something else, people are already bought into him.
That's exactly right. And it's because he's been building trust for 4 years with them, and he over delivers, and it all started with a free course that he provided, and that built trust instantly, and he's never jeopardized that. And that was episode 39, by the way, of the Evolved Marketing Podcast, if you want to go back and listen to what Doug had to say. But yeah, and there you go. I mean, that's the secret sauce, right? Build up an audience that knows, likes, and trusts you, over deliver, and then make offers and watch it all pay off.
And also, one of the things that he does is his bonuses. I think his bonuses are so powerful, and I think that's why people take action, because he's not just promoting things. He's not just doing that. He's offering his time. I think he offers his time to all these people, with coaching or any other type of offer that he has, and he's always there helping people. So that's awesome that he's able to do that.
Yeah, he's one of those people who goes above and beyond. It's like, if you try to offer the least amount possible and make money, it's going to be a struggle. But if you over deliver, if you offer your time, if you offer amazing bonuses, then the money's going to come in easily. And what happens here is he's got this list of people which is not huge, but they're all familiar with ClickFunnels. They all love ClickFunnels because he came up through the community. So what happens is these are people who are going to buy anyways, but they search out Doug's affiliate link because they know he's going to have some of the best bonuses. And then it's like shooting fish in a barrel for him. And it's not to say he got lucky, or it's not to say that he hasn't worked his butt off, but now, after years of doing this and doing it the right way, it's easy.
And it also comes down to investing on himself. He's in the inner circle. He's in Category Kings for Russell Brunson. Like he's spending a lot of money for himself, for his own personal development. So that's really cool that he can actually be able to do that. And I believe not many people actually join, those Category Kings and those inner circle memberships, because they're pricey. They're a lot of money.
Yeah, he's probably multiple 6 figures into his personal development. I mean, I know he reinvests. I mean, he invested like his last $5,000 with I think, and I might be off on these numbers, but when he was early on, he invested with Andrew. I think his name is Cruzy. For some high level program to help him out. And he didn't really have a whole lot of money back then. And it's just, he continues to invest in himself and move up. And yeah, those Category Kings are super expensive.
I think it's 50K or maybe more, 75 maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So Brian, what do you say? Let's make a little sneak peek with the membership area. What do you think?
Yeah, please dive in, share your screen. I really want to see it. I haven't seen this yet, so I'll just kind of let you take it over and give us the tour, if you will.
And also, since you have not seen this, if you have any questions right in between, just ask away, because this is the time.
All right, perfect.
So yeah, if you guys are over YouTube, you guys will be able to see the membership area for this secrets of success. So the first thing that I want to touch bases, that I had no idea they had this, okay? Since we are in a podcast, we're talking about podcasts. Secrets of Success has a podcast for its members only. And I had no idea this was inside the offer or nothing like that. But if you see right here on where the mouse is, you can see that they have their own podcast. There's, I believe there's more than 10 episodes already of just Russell giving you basically a different highway to get information, right? So you're getting information about the Secret of Success membership area in a podcast form. How Russell always likes to give different type of information with, in a mastermind, in a course, in a webinar. So he's always giving you the same type of information, but just in different forms. So that's something cool that I didn't know it had, the podcast for the members only.
That is really cool because I can see right there on the screen, it says, members only podcasts and block out time each day during your net time, which is an acronym, no extra time, meaning use this while you're driving to work or driving kids around, or to maybe talk to your kids if you're driving your kids around. So that's not a good example, but, driving to work or doing laundry or whatever it is at the gym. And that's really cool. And it's like you said, it's going to be similar information, but through a different delivery method. And that's great because what I've learned over the 11 or 12 years that I've been doing this is I've learned the same thing, the principles of marketing, probably 9,000 times. But every time you learn it, you catch a little different nuance, or maybe your mindset is in a different place where some other things register that didn't previously register. And that's how you become a master at your craft. And that's really what we should all be striving to do is, we want to make money as fast as possible, but we also want to become masters of our craft. So life gets easy because once you master it, I mean, it's just a fun little game at that point. So that's really cool. Secrets of Success podcast. Love it.
Yes, sir. And now this basically is the introduction page. You watch the video, Russell. He's giving you a prep talk about what we're supposed to expect. And then you have your level 1, level 2. The level 1 is growth. Level 2 is mastery. I don't remember, but I don't have this option available. And I'm not sure if I read one of the episodes right. Maybe one of the episodes was this. You get me? Maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure, but I know this is not available right now in my account. So maybe if you guys wanna, check it out, maybe one of the episodes was this, and I just didn't read it right. So
you have access to the quote unquote growth module.
Yep, I have access to this, but I don't have access to this, and I don't know if maybe they haven't launched it yet. You get me? Like I don't remember.
It's something you have to finish level 1 before you finish getting access to level 2, or maybe that could be
another thing.
Or it could be a built-in upsell as well. It could be a situation where, hey, you get this and then you get addicted or interested or find the value in this type of training. So then you're like, well, I got to go buy mastery now. It's the next logical step. And he's almost like pre-framing you for the next purchase, which is entirely possible because that's something I talk a lot about in marketing your business. Yeah, you can sell a front-end product or you can promote a front-end offer, but you have to remember that every time you solve one problem for somebody, it's going to open up the next set of problems. And after people get through your initial offer, they're going to go looking for the next step. So either you're selling it or somebody else is. Either you're making money or somebody else is. So just probably one way or another genius move from Russell Brunson.
Yeah, and this is a typical membership area, right? Because you have modules that are available and then you have modules that are blocked off, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I have to purchase something else after. It could be a possibility. You're 100% right. So let's just go dive into the level 1. I guess let's just talk a little bit about it, right? So this is the level 1 growth module. You have the module of resistance and then your definite purpose. I'm gonna start with the resistance one, and basically takes you through basically a bunch of lessons, and they're 11 minutes long, 7 minutes long, 8 minutes long. So it's just a lot of lessons about the resistance, right? And then let's just summarize it for a little bit. What is the resistance? I know Russell talked about this funnel hacking life, and it's basically your own mind telling you that you cannot accomplish something. For example, when people say they're procrastinating and they say, I'm going to start Monday, I'm going to go to the gym, but I'm going to start Monday. That's just resistance right there. It's that you yourself, your own mind is telling you what basically what you don't have to accomplish, or something like that, like basically your own self telling you that you're not good enough, type of thing.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Russell when he talks about this is, even though Russell is obviously an advanced expert marketer, and people who get into his community become, advanced marketers, and one might view this as an advanced program, it really does start at the beginning. And the cool thing about the way Russell teaches is he infuses stories that back up his teachings. He offers proof along the way, historical proof. And basically the resistance is something everybody goes through, where you feel this tap on the shoulder, or this call to action, or you feel compelled to go do something, whether it's starting a side hustle or it's taking your business to the next level. But at some point after that, you're going to feel the resistance. It could be the imposter syndrome kicking in. Oh, I was going to launch my own program, but I'm not smart enough, or, are people going to find value in what I teach? Or it could be as simple as, ooh, I really think it's time to go start an online business, but I'm too afraid to go on camera. It can man itself or appear in many different ways, but that's what the resistance is, right?
Yes, sir. So he goes into more in depth, so he tells you what is resistance in this video, how does the resistance work, how to beat it, that's really important. How do you beat the resistance, so that he teaches you that as well. And then he gives you homework how to help you beat the resistance. So he's just giving you actionable things to actually for you to work on, because if you just read information, you don't really apply it, it's worthless. You have to be able to apply it somehow. So that's it. That's it for the first module. And then we'll just jump straight to module number 2. Module number 2 is, look at that, it's coming soon, but it's your definite purpose, right? So what's your definite purpose? It basically is that every human being has a call. You just have to go over there and find it and accomplish it. Everybody is meant to do great things in life. Every single person. Now it's your job to actually accomplish those things, because nobody's going to do it for you. That's why your definite purpose is really important. And if you don't know what your definite purpose is, don't worry, you will find it. You have to have that drive. You want to have more for you. You want to do able to accomplish more things for yourself. And yeah, that's basically what definite purpose is. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, your definite purpose is, it's your why. We all want to make money. Why? You know what I mean? And we've talked about going in past episodes, going 7 layers deep to get to the heart of your why, or the core of your why. Your definite purpose can be your calling, if you will, if you want to look at it another way, or the reason you're put on earth, or the great thing that you're going to do, or your legacy down the road. And really, when we think about folks who are entrepreneurs, right, it's the motivation issue that comes up a lot, because especially if you're doing something like affiliate marketing, I never want to say it's easy, but it's simple, right? It's simple. It's marketing, it's driving traffic, it's building an audience, trust, and then just getting them to buy stuff. But what happens is we lose our consistency. We wake up in the morning and we don't want to do it. Instead of putting an extra hour in on our side hustle, we decide, I'm just going to scroll TikTok or whatever. It's motivation, right? It's the mental aspect of it. And really, if you look at business, right, it's 20% tactics, it's 80% mental. It's who can get up, continue to do the work, stay consistent, strive to over deliver, build the trust. And when you know your definite purpose, that's where the motivation comes from. I promise you, the motivation is not going to come from the money. And if you're hoping that, then I got 2 bad newses for you, or 2 pieces of bad news. Is A, after your money is secure, it's like that loses a lot of motivating factors. But the other side of it is if you're relying on the success to motivate you, then you're never going to get over the hump, because the hard work comes before the success, right? Success happens after the hard work's already put in. So you need that motivation. It has to come from within. You can't rely on an accountability group to be there pumping you up every single week. Even if you're in one, that's great, that can be helpful, but the motivation has to come from within. And the way that develops is by understanding your definite purpose.
Exactly, 100%. And that equation that you said, 20% this and 80% this, that's how it works for a lot of things actually in life. It's like if you want to get fit, it's 80% nutrition, 20% working out, doing weights and stuff like that, doing cardio or whatever. You have to focus on the things that are more important, that are actually going to make you those results. So that's exactly that's why it got me thinking about that as well.
Yeah, it's like
So,
I went to the gym yesterday, and I do so
yeah.
regularly. But when I got home, it's like, man, what sounds good? You know what I mean? What do I want to eat? And it's like, well, I'm just gonna ruin everything I've done, and obviously got to get your protein. But like I said earlier in the episode, we had salmon, pretty healthy, some Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts, and some sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes are a nice little treat. But yeah, it's it. I always like to say abs are made in the kitchen, right? And it's it. You gotta have the mentality that you need. So what else do we got in here in the secrets of success?
Yeah, so now let's go back into the share the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, that'd be awesome. So you can actually take a look and visualize everything that we're talking about. So yeah, second part, the library. This is something that actually got me a little bit excited because he added some type of gamified type of thing into his membership area. So as you can see here, once you become a member for this membership area, you have 3 credits available. Okay, now let's just read what it says right here. Every month, you'll receive 2 new credits for 2 additional courses, but make sure to use them because your credits do not roll over. Now, what does this mean? Here we have different people, philosophers, authors, and basically each of these people, Russell created courses, with everything that he was teaching. So, you could literally choose, let's just do this as an example. I'm going to choose this guy, Charles. I don't really know who he is. Maybe you do know. Brian, do you?
I'm not familiar with this fella,
Okay,
but
so
he
let's
looks
just test it
serious.
out. Yeah, so let's just check it out and teach. So he's only got one course, right? So his course is Master Keys System. So let's say if I wanted to get this course, oh, that's cool. You could get it because I have 1 credit available. So I could use my credit to learn about, that course that he says, the Master Keys System. And you can literally do this for every one of those. You have this guy also, Orison Sweat Martin, 23 episodes plus digital books, 12 episodes. So you could buy this whole course and then start reviewing so you're not really learning just from Napoleon Hill. You're learning from all these different authors and philosophers. So that's kind of cool that he's able to basically make like a game out of it as well. Like you'll get excited for the next person. Maybe you do know, for example, Jim Rohn. I think we all know Jim Rohn.
Yeah,
So it's
Jim
like,
Rohn, Brian Tracy, Dale Carnegie, just some really, really cool historic, not I want to say historical because some of them are not dead, but some really
yeah.
cool names up there who've been in this space, whether it be business or personal development space for years, 20, 30, 40 years. So if they've stood the test of time.
Yeah, exactly. And so all the information, I believe he's just summarizing everything that they teach, everything because all these people are influential people, they've been doing this for a long time and they have credibility, with everything they have accomplished. So Russell put this all together and in a type of a game type of situation, right? Because you get 2 credits every single month. You start with 3 credits, so you can already get your head start. And then every single month, you get 2 extra credits, so you can buy more courses from him. And that's where the membership side comes in, right? Like the subscription model of $97 a month, because he wants you to keep paying those $97 a month just to get those 2 additional credits, and those 2 additional credits become just bonuses, because you're just learning from different mindsets, different people. So I don't know, this guy is a genius.
Yeah, so I actually want to talk about this screen for a minute here because I want to unpack some of the marketing lessons that we can learn. Obviously, if you're interested in this, go get it. It's amazing. But what I really want to talk about is try to bring another level of understanding to the listener right now. So first of all, this credit idea, there's a couple of different things going on here that are great marketing lessons that can be applied in areas of your business without developing a dashboard that looks like this, right? You don't have to build out the technology to allow this type of credit system in order to leverage the psychology that's going on here. So if you scroll up just a second for me, Andre, just an inch or two, I want to see right there where it says, hello, Andre. It says every month you'll receive 2 new credits for 2 additional courses, but make sure you use them because your credits do not roll over. There's genius in this because what is happening is he's making sure that he gets people to start taking action, right? And that is one of the biggest challenges that we face as marketers. For example, I give away free courses. It's a great lead magnet. They also do a lot of the selling for my high ticket and continuity programs on, autopilot, so to speak. So obviously there's that. But my biggest challenge is getting people to actually take action on the free course that they purchased. Well, let me tell you what, the same thing or the free course that they accessed. Obviously, they don't have to purchase the free course, but that also happens to people when they buy stuff. I know I've done it. You've probably done it, and the listeners probably done it as well. You're scrolling on Facebook, you see an ad. It's a new strategy or something for $47, and you buy the course, and it sits maybe in your toolbar or your bookmark bar or in your inbox, and you never access that. Have you ever done that before, Andre? Purchased something and never used it?
Yep.
Exactly.
And they were in $47 courses.
Yeah, exactly. They were, $497 or even more. Well, that happens. That happens to everybody. So by putting in that FOMO factor, right, that he's saying, hey, here's your 3 credits, but if you don't use them, they're gone. That's going to encourage people to start diving in. And that, once again, is the challenge that we face as marketers. So what he can do here is he can say, oh, you got 3 credits, but they're going to be gone at the end of the month. People are going to be like, well, I'm going to at least get my first 3 lessons. So 2 things happen after that, which is kind of the next marketing lesson. People will most likely say, hey, this is pretty cool, right? Oh, this was a great module from Napoleon Hill or Jim Rohn or whatever. And then so they're going to be excited about the next ones. Whereas if they just had these credits sitting and they're not going to use, then all they're seeing is the $97 a month taken out of their account every month. They're not actually seeing the value that they're getting. So he's forcing people to see the value. But the other thing that happens here is by forcing people to use these first 3 credits in the first month or whatever, he is starting them down a journey of personal development, because a lot of us lack that area, right? We first focus on the strategies to make the money, and then we evolve and we get to focus on our personal development. But what happens is when you go through these first 3 lessons using your first 3 included credits, you're investing your time, right? You're investing your time in your personal development. And what happens is that the other marketing lesson I was getting to is when people invest anything, whether it's money, whether it's time, they are more likely to invest in the future, because it's like I don't want to call it like a sunk cost, but it's you've invested in already. Of course, you're going to keep investing because you've already come this far down the path. And that's what he's doing. So if he can get people to start down the path of personal development, they are more likely to continue down the path of personal development, which will then mean they will be more likely to continue to pay $97 a month, even if only because they feel guilty canceling, right? It's like a gym membership. When you haven't gone to the gym for 6 months, but you still get dinged every month, it's because, I feel guilty canceling because I'm going to go back. Well, that's the mindset. If we can get people to work out a couple of times, if we can get people to go through a couple of modules, then they might go 3 or 4 months not getting involved, not jumping in and taking part. But they're in the back of their mind, they're like, well, I'm going to keep this active because I'll get back to it. And that's one of the reasons that I offer the membership with the coaching program that I offer. Because does everybody show up to every single coaching call I offer them every 2 weeks? Absolutely not. I'm lucky to get 10% of the people that have bought the course into each coaching call. But people are sitting there in the back of their mind thinking, ooh, maybe after summer, or maybe after Christmas, or maybe in 2 months when your work gets easier, I'll jump back into it. So they continue paying. So that's the genius of this. It's kind of the next level thinking that Russell's implementing here to take this to $100 million in annual recurring revenue.
Yeah. And you have to get people excited to come back and keep paying. You get me? If you have everything already set for them, me and you, we have coaching programs they also have a membership area. And then it's a continuity offer as well. But we are there helping them with the coaching. Right here, Russell is just he's not doing coaching, but he's giving these other credits so you can keep developing your mind. And that's literally what it is. What's the secret to success? Personal development. That's literally the secret of success. It's personal development. So yeah, let's just finish off this because we're running out of time right now. But yeah, study hall, right? How to get anything you want, and then Think and Grow Rich. It's just basically training modules, for people to get together, more like a community. You of course have more paid courses. There's member only courses that you can also purchase, and it's just different things that you can also add on to your membership area as well. It also comes with a community. I believe it's a Facebook community, or no, it's actually a community here. They do have a Facebook group as well for the Facebook Secrets of Success community. So here, people are just telling their experiences and giving feedback and basically helping each other out. That's what a community is. A community is there to help each other out. And then of course it has the referral program that I'm not going to go into because we already talked about, the 40% and then the 10% for every referral that your referrals have. But yeah, that's pretty much it, Brian.
That's really cool. And there's just one more lesson that I want to share with the listener here. So what it comes down to is the way you invest your time when you're trying to build a business and make money. We just looked at the Secrets of Success dashboard, and let's be honest, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of moving pieces. You got credit systems and upsells and stuff. And, that's probably not something that a solopreneur who is early in their journey is going to be able to build. And if they did try to build something that looked like that, it would take months to finally dial in. But let's look at what happens after that. There is basically zero time invested on Russell's part, from what I can understand, right? Like he doesn't have to go and teach the additional lessons. Like they're already in there. They're ready to be purchased when people are ready. So that's the mentality that you should take in your business, or at least the mentality I like to take into my business. I love building out free courses and all this stuff, which take time up front. Right? It takes an investment of time, but the more time you invest up front, the easier your life is going to be down the road. And you really have to delay the gratification if you want the easy life. Like I don't sell anything, one-to-one. I don't worry about, diving into conversations with people who end up buying my stuff. Everything was done on the front end. Now I just have my fulfillment is 2 hours a month, every other week. That's my fulfillment. And that's the point that I want to hammer home for the listener is if you do what's hard now, then life becomes easy. Whereas if you do what's easy now, life becomes hard. We see that all the time on Facebook. The flip side of that, I guess I should say, is if you scroll Facebook and you're in the make money online space or the entrepreneurship space, you're always going to see someone on your feed who's like, oh, for the next 3 people, I'm offering one-on-one support, right? It's like, that's like that. When I see that offer, I know their business is not going very well because what are they trying to do? They're trying to get the money up front and they'll fulfill on it later, meaning they haven't built anything. They're just like, hey, I'm giving one-on-one coaching to the next 3 people who want to pay me $5,000 a month. So they take their $15,000 up front, but now they have to fulfill on those coaching services for the next 3 months, which, might be more than that, might be less than that, where they're like committed to showing up for other people. Well, that's because they didn't put any work on the front end. Maybe they developed skills over time, but they didn't build anything on the front end. So they did what's easy first. Collecting the money is the easy part, but then life becomes hard. And those are the people that you always see burn out. I mean, how many burnout stories have you seen on Facebook where it's like, oh, I built my business to $40,000 a month. And then, I wanted to blow it all up because I hated life and because I was stressed. Like I've never been stressed, I've been stressed in life, but like I've never like it's never come crashing down because I was overworked. It's become crashing down because I made some bad decisions. I've documented that, I think, on this podcast in the past. 2018, 2019 was a tough year for me. But you got to just be willing to build something up front or make the offer greater up front. And that can be as simple as offering bonuses if you're an affiliate. Yep. Instead of just going out there and spamming your links to some offer, create some bonuses, create some systems, create some value adds. And then that's how affiliate marketing gets easy.
Yeah, just to summarize it, you have to be willing to put in the work. Mm-hmm. You put in the work. Like, for example, my Spanish program, it took me like 4 months to get it done, longer than I expected, but I was working for 4 months, and after that launch, I was able to relax a little more, because now everything was done, and now I'm able to just focus on different things. But those 4 months were hard work, and I was just pushing myself. When I was working at the restaurant, the first 6 months, I was working at the restaurant and then working on my business too. Those 6 months were hell. They were so difficult. I was away from my family. I was still working 50 hours a week, and I was still working 2 to 3 hours a day on my business. You get me? So you have to be willing to put in the hard work. And then after that, after you put in the hard work, then you'll be able to relax and basically focus on other things.
Absolutely. And that's when it gets exciting, and that's when you can start looking towards the future. So, well, really cool. I know we're getting to the end of this episode, so we'll probably just kind of end it there. I'm going to ask you a favor, Andre, and hopefully you'll be cool with this. I know we don't sell anything on this podcast. We're not in this podcast to make money, at least not right now, maybe 5 years down the line. But after seeing that today, I want your affiliate link so I can go buy it. I'm going to go buy it anyways. I may as well go through you because that is really cool. That's what we're talking about with this podcast is the evolution of your life, right? We've evolved the businesses, we've evolved our marketing, the businesses have evolved, they've provided freedom. So now it's time to focus on the evolution of the life, which will have exponential compound returns. So if you would, and you could say no, but will you put your affiliate link in the description or the comments or something, or the show notes? That way we can get access to this from you. Is that cool?
Yeah, of course. We can link it up in the description. You guys, there's no pressure for you guys to get it. It's just for you guys if you want to work on yourself, work on your personal development. We gave you a really good sneak peek and a really valuable episode today. And Brian is saying that he wants to actually jump on board. So if Brian thinks something is valuable, it's, for me, it means a lot.
Yep. All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and post that down there. I'm going to be using it today or tomorrow. I got to be honest. I got my day kind of filled after this show today. There's some things I got to get done for my Lynch Pin Framework, which I'm actually implementing. And that's something that you want to consider. I think I've figured out a way to really develop the whole Lynch Pin Framework with a single product for the most part. So that's pretty cool. It's a little twist on it. So we'll cover that in a future episode, but I got to get that done. But yeah, cool. I'll be jumping on and getting the secrets of success today. I'll get it today, and then I'll hopefully dive into it tomorrow. So thanks for the preview. Thank you, listener, for tuning in. Anything else before we go today, Andre?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I love these episodes, and it's just giving people value, guys, go get your MIFGE out there, just use it, pay shipping and handling, work on yourself. It's going to be super powerful. If you decide to stick with the membership area and learn from other people, it's up to you, but definitely you have to invest in yourself. Remember, what is the secret to success? It's personal development.
Absolutely. That's the truth. And you can see that, we're talking the talk, but also walking the walk. And you're a member, and I'll become a member here later today. And so I'm super excited for it. So anyways, thank you, listener, for joining us on episode number 53, which is, the year 2 for us. I'm just as excited as ever to be launching this and hosting this podcast. So we'll see. Maybe a few years from now, we'll be talking about episode 530 in year 10 or something like that. But thank you all for this journey that you're going on with us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing and following on all the platforms that they're checking us out on. And we'll see everybody on the next episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast.
Bye, everybody.